Alrighty, good evening, everybody. I am getting close to finishing up Walk in the Dust. I just need to do these last 6 stages, and then I'll throw in a challenge mode for a quickie. Just so I can get those intelligence certificates. I think it should be worth it. It's only 20 sanity, and I get the equivalent of like 7 skill book 3s out of that. Normally that takes like 90 sanity. But yeah, that works out. So let me pull up my chart of what we gotten done so far. So last we left off, we tried to do EX2 with just a couple casters, and that wasn't working out too well because Scavenger's not bulky enough, and I wasn't doing enough DPS. But Angie and Tequila were able to do the job of 2 casters because casters are not very strong in this game. I mean, I could have still done it, but, you know, trying to do it with the least amount of people as possible, etc., etc. So next up is EX3, which is long-range strike. There's going to be a ton of missile guys here, so I was thinking maybe I could use a couple summoners, maybe Scene and Mayor, and I might be able to get through it like that. Although there are these tactical crossbowmen, which are a pain in the tuchus to deal with because they will summon things. But the rest of these basically just need to be blocked. I forget how many of those crossbowmen come, though. There's nowhere to summon anything, so I don't think they actually summon anything on this map. Yeah, there's no tactical hangar, there's nowhere to summon. But I don't think they actually summon anything on this map. So I might just be able to do it with summoners. Oh, I was trying to redo... I was trying to do the 8th level because it is not very auto-deploy safe, and I need RMA. And it's not going super well because Pursuer, unless you kill him instantly, there's just so many things that can cause you to lose time. Like if he collapsing fears you, or you end up blocking him, you just kind of get deleted. So probably what's going to happen is I'm just going to Shin Amiya him, and he will just disappear. And that's how we'll take care of phase 2. Let me see. Have I used Sora yet? I don't believe so. I have not. That's not what I meant to do, but... oh well. Yeah, see, there's no hangar, and therefore they have nothing, they have no summon icon over their head. Nope, didn't make it. It's getting pretty far, though. Uh, oh. Maybe if I just play it well, I can just do it with, Scene and Mayor. And if not, I can just bring, like, one other person. That should be just fine, because I only leaked one. Should have another drone up, yep, before it runs away. Oh! That one got through. Almost. How is the dogs getting through?
当エリアより撤退してください。当エリアより撤退してください。
Oh, it'll be fine, Scene. Don't worry.
今回もいい実験データを持って帰れそう。撮影行くよミーボ。敵にも私たちライン生命の技術力を見せてあげよう。はーい、撮影。うわっ、ボディが壊れたらスペアを作ればいいさ。レンズが撮影。私のミーボたちはただのロボットじゃないよ。
Nailed it. And I think if I can get through the first half, it should be good after that.
出発の信号を確認しました。
They're up, Scene down, cover here, over here.
行くよミーボ。敵にも私たちライン生命の技術力を見せてあげよう。
Everyone takes aggro. Hold up a second. I need a
レン
hold.
ズが撮影。ミーボ、かみつけ。
It always seems to be top lane too, so I need to keep an eye out on that. I should have just held off on using a scene drone. I think I would have just been fine after that. Still right about here.
そんなミーモまたボディを作り直さなきゃ。今回もいい実験データを持って帰れそう。撮影行くよミーボ。敵にも私たちライン生命の技術力を見せてあげよう。
Oh, nice save. Alright, so far so good. Not much of a difference between the drones, and Steen's much higher, actually.
そっとだよ。私のミーボたちはただのロボットじゃないよ。レンズが撮影。
Dang it.
そんなミーボまたボディを作り直さなきゃ。今回もいい実験データを持
Okay,
って
so I can
帰れ
do
そう。
3 on top, 3 on bottom.
巡航プログラムを起動しました。
What's the best way to do it? First one's always going to have something come up right here, and then it goes either here or here. So if I put 2 scene drones like this, I can
レンズがタイムラプス。
crosshatch in there.
ミーボ3号。 こ
take one hit and then they pass out. Alright. That's what did it.
私のミーボたちはただのロボットじゃないよ。よし、ミーンと踏み潰してやったよ。
Not every day I get to use summoners like that. Not bad. That was Sane and Mayor. Good job, girls. That was a well-trained assault force will thin out defenders using long-range strikes before sweeping through with ground forces. Wait, stop! Don't let the hounds out! Tell the crossbowmen to stop! I enjoy the WD ones because they're all just, chain of command falling apart. Breaking in. Generally speaking, well-trained mercenaries will act according to your timetables during an assault. But where are the hounds? Let your snipers go in first. What about your armored units? How come there's only one person in your vanguard? So with this one, part of the, they're gonna cross over like this. I forget which side's which, but it's, I remember this one being fairly easy to do, but I don't remember how it was done. It was like really easy when you got the, when you figured it out. Yeah, I can use Fiametto.
Less dawdling. Come on.
I could try lava again. This is not gonna be nearly enough, but I've completely forgotten how this map works.
安心しな、ボス。あたいの前で3ラウンドまで立ってたやつはいねえからな。
Yeah, they cross over like this.
よし、わかったぜ。
What? You've got time to take in the sights? やってや力と栄光を！
気をつけなきゃ。お薬です。受け取ってください。
Sights locked. There's no fluking between success and failure.
行くか？オラオラオラオラ！頑張ります。装備の調子問題なさそうです。
Boy, Boring. I don't like damage. Unless it's necessary.
頑張ります装備の調子問題なさそうです お薬です受け取ってください
Yeah, tons of summon things on the left. So long as you, took care of the defenders. Too much minutia.
さっさと消えろ
I think I just spawn camped them and just destroyed the scraps when they came. But I can't muscle in like that this time. But I could nuke them with Fiametta.
Come on.
Works. Yeah, she can, she could probably do that, right? I would just need to pull back for the defender, and then Fiametta can just take care of this entire lane, and I won't have to worry about that. That works out for me. Yes, yes it does.
I shall protect them from all harm.
Kyobe should be pretty good here, because not only does she work well against the defenders, her S3 can silence the anvils, which turns them off. We need something to control the right side early on. But I'll stick with this for right.
はい、ドクター。出発します。
What?
私がいる限り、皆さんをひどい目には遭わせません。
腰抜け野郎が。
治療が必要な人はいませんか？ちゃんと狙って投げないと。
I try healing her instead. That might work better.
Sights locked. Sights locked. Anyone in front of me who still feels like blinking?
大丈夫。治ります。
Well, she's taken out the crossbowmen before they could summon anything. That's exactly what I wanted to see. She just needs a minute to get charged up.
大丈夫。治ります。聞こえてるよ。ちゃんと狙って投げないと。
Oop. Oop. Oop.
ちゃんと狙って投げないと。
Okay, so all I need to do is make sure that one egret goes down, or Fiametta gets charged up first. And we're going. I want to see if Fiametta can handle the opening by herself.
はい、ドクター。出発します。
She keeps her health, she might be able to just... Yeah, she should be able to just two-shot them.
気をつけなきゃ。
And I failed to get Mur down in time.
薬の瓶がみんな割れちゃった。
But if I do that, it should be possible. I can hear Pearl outside yet again.
What? You've got time to take in the sights?
治療が必要な人はいませんか？お薬です。 大丈夫、治ります。
Problem, she can't charge the egret fast enough.
お薬です。
She can get to the second one, but she can't get to the first one. She just doesn't get enough hits off.
みんな割れちゃった。
I'm gonna go get Pearl. On second thought, she hasn't used the restroom yet, so she gets to stay outside. But, I'll just mute my microphone if she acts up again. So, who's going to be the lucky person who takes down the one egret? Or Urgate, whatever they're called. Robin can probably do it. Just lay down one of her S2s and...
We're heading up.
Bob's your
We'll be
uncle.
faster by rooftop. What? You've got time to take in the sights?
治療が必要な人はいませんか？ちゃんと狙って投げないと。 げないと。私の武器はナイフだけじゃない。
やってやる力と栄光を Boring. Anyone in front of me who still feels like blinking?
大丈夫、治ります。
Alright, map's done.
ちゃんと狙って
I got scared there for a second.
私の武器はナイフだけじゃない。大丈夫、治ります。聞こえてるよ、ファイヤー。
やってやるってんだ
I got careless.
情けねえやつださっさと消えろ
はい、ドクター。出発します。
What? You've got time to take in the sights?
気をつけなきゃ。お薬です。受け取ってください。
腰抜け野郎が
敵が見えた。私だって怒るよ。
やってやる勝利か鹿だ
任せろ。ちゃんと。
Sorry, forgot to hold that back.
お薬です。私だって怒るよ。お薬です。受け取ってください。聞こえてるよ。タララララ。ちゃんと狙って投げないと。お薬です。
Boring.
私の武器はナイフだけじゃない。お薬です。
Mission accomplished.
Mission complete. Look, this much is granted. Don't make a fuss over nothing.
Two down, 4 to go. Crossfire support. The battlefield's terrain is complex. When encountering a combat situation with asymmetrical firepower, a well-trained... Hey, can't you see the enemy right next to you? Do you seriously have to chase the furthest target? So these guys are gonna go... They're not gonna go right beside each other, they're gonna take the long way around. So in this one, the way that I did it originally was obviously I have a bunch of stuff here. But the crossfire guys appear over here. Or the rocket-propelled grenade guys come over here, as well as the crossbowmen. And you can take aggro for the crossbowmen and that renders them kind of moot. You can also do the same for the RPGs. But another solution is you put a rope right here, and the moment the crossbowman comes here and tries to summon, you can just drag him over to rope. It also works very well against the dogs that are going to be spawning out, because you do not want to be positioned over here. You want to be positioned over here. So this is a very big map. I'm gonna grab Maggie to help lower my
探
costs.
索と支援なら私に任せて。
What else should I do?
戦場はどこだ？
I could kind of do this like I did originally, but that's pretty resource intensive.
よーし、準備できたわ。 All right, I'm feeling motivated. Time to climb all the way to the top. はいはい、来たよ。
One fast redeploy. Ooh, haven't I used yet? No. I don't think I've used grapple. The WD4 was... Kyobi, Murr, Fiametta. And Robin. They really needed to sort this much better.
「一緒に来てくれるの？」 「
If I need more damage, I will add Blaze, and I think that should probably do it.
地形やルートは事前に把握しておいて損はないよ。先輩としてのアドバイスだよ。なんてね。攻撃は専門外なんだけど。Leave it to me. お仕事スタート。
Okay, now here comes the summoner. It's gonna do it right.
じゃないんだよね。このカミナに一度捕まったらもう逃げられないよ。
And no more summon.
Over here? For the Silver Ash name.
Franka's unfortunately having a bad time with her HP. I might need to switch top and bottom for Indra and Franka. Because bottom's getting a lot more hits in. Yeah, just too much damage, unfortunately.
雪の照り返しでめくらましたよ。僕の得は集え我が同胞たちよ。Over here, amateurs are doomed to fall to their death. 僕の特技ちゃんと活かしてよね。あ、ね、さ、い。
And here's the problem child.
僕の特技ちゃんと活かしてよね。あ、ね、さ、い。まあ、交渉か。Here, my hook never misses. I got this.
Mission failed.
こんなところで落ち込んでてもしょうがないでしょ。さっさと撤退するわよ。
And unfortunately, Franka was taking too much damage at the bottom row. Maybe if I put her up top, I'll be good to go for the last phase. Because Indra's got self-heal. I can also see if I need Cliff Heart for the most part.
地形やルートは事前に把握しておいて損はないよ。先輩としてのアドバイスだよ。なんてね。重装甲
Because I could do this.
なんてね。真っ向勝負がいいぞ。もっと来いよ。 僕の特技ちゃんと生かさあー
もたもたして無駄だ。
私の技術お花ちゃんたち先もっと来いよ僕の特技ちゃんといくもっと来いよ
Indra's not ready.
迷ってる暇
Franka was ready, but Indra sure wasn't. And neither was Rope for that matter.
何をビビってやがる。
私の技術が必要でしょターゲットが位置についたねよしドローン起動
Looks like more than anything I needed healing.
覚えてろよ。
Well, is also if I use Indra before the defender guy comes up, maybe I can have it ready in time to deal with the War Phantom. And something's got to be done about Rope's HP. As Franka obliterated that guy.
ほらかかってこいや。
システムオールグリーン
Just plain deleted him off the face of the earth. That's what she did.
攻撃は専門外なんだけどな 僕の特技ちゃんと生かしてね僕の特技あー
I'm sure that'll be fine.
特技もっと来いよ
もたもたしてんじゃねえぞ。
私の技術お花ちゃんたち咲き誇れ僕の特技ちゃんとい
もたもたしてんじゃねえぞ。
勝負この紙縄に一度捕まったらもう逃げ無駄だ。
I know this is a bust because I didn't use Andrew early enough.
こんなところで
I wasn't paying close
しょ
enough.
うがないでしょ。さっさと撤退するわよ。
So when's a good time to use?
地形やルートは事前に把握しておいて損はないよ。先輩としてのアドバイスだよなんてね。重装甲とか超怖いなんてね。
I think maybe at 14 is when it comes out.
私はあなたのこの紙縄に一度捕まったらもう逃げられないよ。僕の特技ちゃんと生かしてよね。
もたもたしてんじゃねえぞ。おい
Only got 25 seconds, so
おい無駄だ。
now's probably a good time. Yep.
おう3、2、1、いっけー。
Nailed it. Ah, frig.
魔法勝負集い我が同胞たちよ。僕の特技
もたもたしお前の命も終わりだ。
なんてね。
やるな。覚えてろよ。
Unfortunately, that scrap drone ruins things. And it's some good timing for us too, though.
地形やルートは事前に把握しておいて損はないよ。先輩としてのアドバイスだよなんてね。
よっしゃ俺の番だ。
攻撃は専門外なんだけどな。魔法勝負は柄じゃないんだよね。僕の特技もっと来いよ。僕の特技この紙縄に一度捕まったらもう逃げられないよ。僕の特技私から逃げられると思っているの？指示はあるかしら。
おいこの野郎。
Let's time that.
私から逃げられるか。ターゲットが位置についたね。よし
Let's time that big time. Big time. Yep. I don't want to get lazy here,
私のせいだね。
but this seems really tight. How can I fix it? Well, I know of one thing that would fix all my problems. I know several things that would fix all my problems. Checking my list. Now, no, for ease of access, I am sacrificing this for the greater good.
Use my abilities as best you see fit.
Because this would make EX8 much easier. However, it's also going to make the end of the stage much easier. Because I'm just going to delete it. Kendra can still take down the defender, and then Silverash will just take care of the War Phantoms. And then Bob's your uncle. I won't have to worry about anything anymore.
Very well.
This is mainly just to make it easier on me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to bring in a medic or something. By doing this early, I really do make EX8 a lot harder, because Silverash is very good on that level.
Made up your mind? Thy fleas falleth upon deaf ears.
私の技術が必要でターゲットが位置についたね。よし、ドローン起動。真っ向勝負は柄じゃないんだよね。すごい。わ、いいぞ、もっと来いよ。
See, much easier.
この刃がまだ血を吸い足りないって言ってるわ。
Okay, let's go ahead and Now, I could have maybe done it with Franca and Indra, but I couldn't have dealt with the drones as well. Come on, Silver Ash, go up. Where's rope? Rope. Oh, I used rope in EX1, so this doesn't work. This is why we have the chart. Okay, I just need to do the same thing, but with Cliff Heart. See? This is why we do the chart. Of course, that means I wasted 15 sanity, but that's on me for not checking the chart. I'll take that L.
All right, I'm feeling motivated. Time to.
It's 15 sanity. What's it mean to me?
俺のことはほっといて、自分の仕事してろ。
Leave it to me. I'll show them just what I can do.
Very well.
Here, amateurs are doomed to fall to their death. 集え、我が同胞たちよ。指示はあるかしら。Here, I've got you.
Chances are I probably could have just done this with gravel, but I'd still need a body to block here.
Over here? Here, my hook never misses. I got this.
おい、この野郎！
私はあなたの影。指示はあるかしら。Over here? Here, I've got you.
The part is running out of mad HP.
私はあなたの影。
What are you planning? Fool! For what reason hast thou come?
Over here? I've got you. 私の技術ターゲットが位置についたね。よし、ドローン起動。
Mission accomplished.
周囲に敵反応なし。
Much better. Check the chart again. Yes, correct. Team Captain. Ranks must also be observed in mercenary operations. The captain and field commanders for each team should be the best trained of... Okay, good. They really are the best trained units. This is a roadblock stage. The entire point is just to send everybody into this middle section right here. But we are going to do some slow traffic. Oh, Manticore and Ethan.
わかった。
Check the chart this time. Want no funny business. Let's bring Pinecone. Because she's got the damage.
私の出番ですね。
One sniper to deal with the crossbowmen. Have I used platinum yet? I've not. I think platinum should work.
Platinum, reporting for duty.
And...
私も任務に参加するんですか？
let's go ahead and try that. Going for a jog in the dust or a walk? Well, dead gamers.
敵を確認しました。
Depends on how briskly
I'll
Uh,
not disappear.
how briskly people want to be destroyed. So yeah, this is another thing about roadblock maps is you can block certain things off, but you can't block everything off.
言う通りにしますね。
Gotta make the path as long as possible.
どこに行けばいいですか？ 待ち伏せ、準備できた。
Aw, man.
And third, pierce their flesh. Hallelujah.
釘のようにここでしっかり支えます。
I think I need a Vanguard to speed things up just a teeny bit.
指示をどうぞ。気兼ねを、気兼ねを。
ここだここ。暴力じゃ何も解決できないけど、お前を料理するには十分だぜ。
バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。指示をどう。普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。 どこに行けばいいです。皆さんの援護は任せてください。ごめんなさい。
Let's see. How are we gonna do that? You missed me losing 15 sanity because I ended up using rope instead of clip art, and I had already previously used rope.
わかった
Of magnesiums on. Could be, I don't recall using.
私も任務に参加するんですか
Gotta be a teeny bit faster. Cool thing with pine cones, you can get 6-stack attacks in rapid succession. Yes, that is absolutely correct. It's the same thing with Shen Alter being able to rapid cancel. You know, we want you to go in the middle first. Everybody in the middle.
わかりました
Now, it's checkmate.
There's a good chance I don't, a good chance that I,
ここ
don't have the DPS to deal with this. Not with this team. But I do have Podenko, and Podenko's a great problem solver.
どこに行け皆さんの援護は任せてください
ここだここいいぞもっとやれ
はい普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫はい気兼ねを手にはまだまだ持ちますよ皆さんの援護は任せてくださいはい手にはまだまだ持ちこれで分かったでしょ
Yep.
はいアレルギーに気をつけてね
Yep. That's not gonna work. So where did everyone go? Have you been streaming this long without anyone in chat the entire time? Yeah, no, nobody's wanted to say anything today. It's been a small, quiet day.
お前を料理するには十分だぜ
Don't give up. He who laughs last, laughs best.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. After all, not everyone wants to come by to say something. Sometimes I just want to come by and, you know, just snuggle in, have something on in the background, and I get it. And I totally get it. I do that all the time at work. I'll occasionally say something, but most of the time I'm just like, you know what? I'm good.
ロドスの方の実力をこの総合で見定めさせていただきます
I know what's going on. I'm not going true no blocking. Need to go harder. Also, I'm gonna grab Kafka.
今度はどんな収穫があるかな
I forget what's Sekujin doing. I think I saw like some kind of count review thing going on. Got it? Doot. Well, I E2 everybody, that's why I have interesting E2s.
敵を確認しました。皆さん行きましょう。
The best way to, like, I guess, do
I'll make him disappear.
no blocks. One of the best ways to do no repeat operators is
わかりました。
just build everybody.
はい、高アレルギーに気をつけてね。潜伏開始。
Alright, that's all the roadblocks down. You have a level 112 account and barely E2'd your second 6-star 4 days ago. Which one was it?
問題ないよ。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
来語を聞きなさい。
There we go, maximum coverage.
問題ないよ。
First was Rosa and second was Blemishine. Oh, how I wish I had Blemishine, but I do not. Sadly, I do not.
どこに行けばいい？私が何とかします。
ここだここ。目の前真っ暗になってねえか。
一気白雷星砲縦貫砲煙参加。
はい。
I don't need to stun that.
はい。皆さんの援護は
Now I
任
can
せてくだ
stun
さ
it.
い。 撃ってあげるよ。
主の名を掲げ、この旗の元へ集え。
目の前真っ暗。
高アレルギーに気をつけてね。その目、弱点がバレちゃってるよ。
問題ないよ。即戦即決。
はい、皆さんの援護は任せてください。 君たちってただの動く生垣じゃん。
ここだここ。俺が見えないだろ。
どこに行けばいい？私が何とかします。
問題ないよ。
撃ってあげるよ。
いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
来砲の本質は己が内面と大地を一体化する。
Well, I'm almost there. The hard part's gonna be this guy. I'm gonna need to box trick his ass. See, he's not gonna want to die.
はい。こういう雑草
Turn
な
that
ら
off.
出てきましたから。
Topka was one of my most wanted units for a while until she spoke to me on the Ling banner. Now you're shooting for Flint. That makes sense. Gotta hold off. He's going the long way.
はい。
どうすりゃいいんだ。どうすりゃいいんだ。どうすりゃ。目の前真っ暗になってねえか。
問題ない。これで分かったでしょ。
高アレルギーに気をつけてね。
Nope. Keep it off.
敵ってば弱っちいな。こうなるって知ってたら適当に相手してやったのに。
It's nice that you can silence those anvils. Yeah, that's a decent team. I can live with that. I don't think I can go any lower than that, because Platinum helps deal with the bottom lane DPS. And maybe Ethan and Manticore could take care of it, but I don't know. I don't think I can go any lower than this. This is good enough. I can live with this. Gotta pray for that RNG with Ethan binds. Oh, I'm sure he'll come through, otherwise he'll kick his butt. I need to... Have I had this up the whole time? I really hope I haven't had this up the whole time. That would be embarrassing. Okay, I'm good. And Kafka. I'm getting towards the end where I need fast redeploys, so I can be a little bit more frivolous with it. Also, apparently I haven't used Project Red yet, so that's also good. I haven't used Kafka, correct? Where's Kafka? There she is. Alright, we're good.
Moving to intercept.
問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
言う通りにしますね。
The X8 is probably going to be painful unless I save some good ones. Well, don't you worry. I have lots of good ones.
準備できた。
You don't need to worry about my good one count. I got good ones for days. I still got Suitor, Chin, Amiya, Calcid. Like, I have so many good things I have not touched yet. I did use Silver Ash in the previous stage, though, because that one was just gonna be a headache unless I just deleted the War Phantoms. Move you.
どこに行けばいい？私が何とかします。
どうすりゃいい？暴力じゃ何も解決でき
Water?
ないけど。
Thank you. I shall grab some of that.
どこに行けばこういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
一気白雷製法縦貫放煙参加。
君たちってただの動く生きガキじゃん。はい、皆さんの援護は任せてください。
主の名を掲げ、この旗の元へ集え。こんな
Nailed it.
一度行ってみたかったんだ。
Oh, thank you for the water.
その目
Ew.
弱点がバレちゃってるよ。
Kafka actually works pretty well with Platinum because it increases her attack charge. It's a neat little interaction.
はい、こういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
Excuse me.
君たちってただの動く生き垣じゃん。どこに行けばいいですか？
どうすりゃこれが見えないだろう。
Yeah, they do kind of have a sick design.
はい、こういう雑草なら。
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
君たちってただの動く生き垣じゃん。
That one's getting through. I need Lazy to be up.
どこに行けばいいですか？皆さんの援護は任せてください。
一気脈来西方縦貫砲煙参加
And I don't need to worry about his drone because I can do that.
どうすりゃ暴力じゃ何も解決できないけど、お前を料理するには十分だぜ。
はい、皆さんの援護は。
Unfortunately, that does not work against him, but he will not make it.
信徒じゃないよ。
敵ってば弱っちいな。こうなるって知ってたら適当に相手してやったのに。
Go quick double check. Got Metacore, Ethan, Platt, Banco, Elysium, Lazy, and Kafka. Yep. Alright, we're good. Dead Gamers, how you been? Having a good Sunday? Been great. Glad to hear it. Well trained. We believe that mercenary quality is not necessarily linked to training quality. The battlefield is where mercenaries must prove their worth. Went shopping and made some ambrosia salad. Was craving it for some reason. I'm not a big salad fan. I mainly just eat raw vegetables by themselves. So this is going to be... I'm going to need Project Red for this one, definitely, because the big guys over here and the big guys over here. Could be a lot of that. Ash would be a good choice here. She can take care of the War Phantoms along with a lot of other things with her S2. The defenders are going to be a small problem. Go ahead and bring Project Red.
潜入成功。
Kage skill 1 was useful for me on this stage to stall the drone callers. See that working. Is this a good time for Blaze? I think this might be a good time for Blaze. 'Cause she can just tear up the everything.
戦いに行くの？私も頭数に入れといて。
I'll put Tuyo with her.
また外仕事か。はいはい。終わったら新装備のテストに付き合ってもらおう。
Ba-dum-ba-ba-da-da. Yeah, I have a lot of E2s. I think I have, God, I forgot my final count right now. It's like over 120. Yes, I am free to play. I'm like, if you look at my masteries, you'll see that I'm not like, I don't go super hard on masteries. I mainly build everybody, which is why I have so many E2s. It's just a different allocation of resources. A lot of players focus like heavily on mastering their 6 stars and stuff, and that's just so, it's just so resource intensive. But I get more enjoyment out of trying to use everybody, so as you can see, that's why I'm doing this type of thingy. Yeah. No repeat operators. Let's get the list. Makes me wonder where all my resources went. I play every day and only have 2 E2 6 stars. How many E2s do you have, though? I will say that even though there's not really any map mechanics to Walk in the Dust, I do enjoy the enemies in Walk in the Dust because there's so many ways around the summons. Like the anvils, you can silence them, you can turn off summons via stuns, sleep, shifting. You can insta-kill them. You can even do it to War Phantoms with Ash. Normally, if they dip below 50% HP, they'll immediately summon their anvil, but if you use Ash S3 and you just delete them, they never trigger that, so you can actually make droneless map clears. So that's something I get enjoyment out of. Originally, I was considering, like, playing this droneless, and I might still make a clear of that eventually, but it was voted to do no repeat operators instead. Where is Project Red? There you are, my little wolf cub. You have 172s. That's still really good. I mean, that's not that far behind what I have. Let me do a quick check. Okay, that's 16. He's 32. 48. 64. 80. 96. 100. 112. 6. Yes, correct. Of 127 with 9 E1 maxes. That'd have the 136 that are at a great level, plus the 17 here. Of 36 plus 17 here, that's 153. Plus the 9 from over here, so that's 162 operators.
Doctor, I will be your shield.
I only have around 40 or so left to E1 max or E2. So it's going pretty well. You know what happened? You have modules for all the ops that have them for 5-star and 4-star. Yeah, that'll do it. That's quite a few resources.
This is for you. I just finished voting it.
You really want Heavy Rain skin, but you're 7 OP off and you only have EX stages to beat in story mode left? Well, I'd recommend doing it. I mean, it's a great outfit. As long as there's nothing else you want in the future. Alright, everything's good till tomorrow. Also, for those that don't know, I have a very good base setup. It's not like ultimate try-hard level of base setup, but Diabeta is amazing. I get about 55,000 LMD a day, around 34 tickets, and 41,000 metal. So I'm pretty good. I only got like Frost Nova and Patriot left. Oof. I'm gonna need to redo. Okay, when I do the when I make the video, I'm gonna have to do this manually because the auto deploy for it is just not consistent. It's just not. I can get rid of that now. Alright, so if I put Blaze here, Ash to ya. Well, I need to move backwards since these guys come in over here. That's gonna be, I think that might cause an issue with the drone summoning, but we'll get to that when we get to that. It is. Maybe I just face somebody up here. I'll just start with that. When I started back in 2020, the August of that, so I was pretty close to being near Twilight of Illuminati, and it was not easy by any means.
Let's go.
And I did use a guide for several things as a result. I don't really feel ashamed of that because I just did not know how to clear those maps with my units. I could, you know, with borrowing, but it was just so difficult. Twilight of Illuminati is not an easy event. It is not. It is very hard. Oh.
さて先にです
Oh, that's not Wolfpack.
I'm all stocked. Target spotted. I'm
Oh,
all
whatever.
stocked up.
It'll be fine. It will not be fine. The level of fineness is not very high.
We have to go.
Well, I'm glad you were able to do it on the rerun. Nope. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Nope, 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 nope.
教習オペレーターの基準は厳しいよ
Nope, 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 nope.
少なくとも撤退ルートの選定はうまくできたみたいだな
One of the first videos I made for stream is I redid Twilight of Illuminati EX8 challenge mode, and I used like Akafuya, Alsta, and Whislash.
潜入成功
That was my setup. Akafuya, Whislash, and Alsta.
Let's show them what we can do.
And I managed to do it. Akafuya actually, I used her to hold a point. Yeah, Akafuya, the crab samurai lady. I used her to hold a point down and still allow Mudrock to pass by, since she would have just gotten bonked otherwise. And Alsta did a good job because he was able to slow Mudrock down quite a bit, so that she took the tower when she was supposed to, if you check the guide.
改良した装備のテストだ
Alright, I'm probably not going to be able to clear the map with just these four, but we'll see.
この目にお前の死を映す
Target spotted. I'm all stocked up.
早く
I'm just gonna hold her here. Maybe she'll get hit with the summon. Yep, she did. And we got another one in.
I'm all stocked up. Stay clear of the blast.
Alright, that did not work out. I'm just gonna bring someone else.
このナイフまだ
There's a lot of those drone summon guys to deal with just one person. Alright, what can we do? Bartu sounds appealing. Oh, you know what? You know what is awesome? Cura Serum can turn off anvils. But there's not really a good place to put him. Not by any means, not by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, just looking at the map, there's not really a good spot for him. Not unless I move up, but if I move up, I have to deal with this. Which, I mean, can work. Sorta. Not a whole lot of good Ifrit tiles here.
Just give your orders and I'll carry them out.
I don't think Jessica can do that. I can try. Out. But I can try.
Route OK. 装備も異常なし。出発。All right.
Let's go! Stay clear of the blast! Watch for the blast!
Oh, whoopsie. Yeah, Project Red's just not fast enough to take all the aggro by herself.
We have to go.
You can do a lot, but you can't do it all. So, what do I do? What do I do? We always do.
All right, it's showtime.
Much things harder. The only ops you invest masteries in are ones that drastically upgrade the effectiveness of the skill, like Firewatch's bombs, or the decreased amount of charges needed for snipers. That makes sense. That's a high investment level of things. Personally, though, I have every single shifter specialist at M3. Every single one of them. Alright, do your summon.
Here we go.
15 seconds just isn't enough time.
Ready to go! Watch for the blast! Ready to go!
Are so good. Now this is the problem here.
Unforgivable.
I'm about to have multiple problems.
Target spotted!
Yeah, probably should have held off on using Ash, but that wouldn't have worked because it wouldn't have... It, wouldn't have hit this.
From flexibility comes power. Here we go.
Not good enough.
Mission
I think
accomplished.
Jessica was fine where she was at, though. It's,
I could do better. I can't get complacent just because we won.
Since she helped finish them up in Project Red, they did. think if that anvil wasn't there, I would have been mostly fine. Scrap. I'll give it a go. Also, I may as well face Ash backwards. She's not getting extra DPS that way. No matter what you might think.
I'm all stocked. Punch for the blast!
Here we go. Who said the movie star couldn't be a real kung fu master?
Ah, dang. Messed that one up.
I'm all stocked. Punch for the blast! I'm all stocked up.
No mercy for me.
Ready to go. Target spotted.
From flexibility comes power. Freeze!
I'm all stocked up.
Unforgivable.
Well, that didn't work.
Requesting medevac. I dragged everyone down. It's all my fault. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Alright, I got a different idea. Do this slightly different.
I'll do as you say. You are my commander, and I'll follow your orders.
Put her right there. Right there. I don't think that should aggro the summoner. Well, if it does, then I'll just get over it. Now, won't I? And I'm gonna just go a little pew pew all the way over here. Of course, that might be a skill time issue, but we'll see what happens.
教習オペレーターの基準は厳しいよ。私の動きについてきて。
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
この辺、温度が低すぎるかな。
I believe theater punches 4 spaces away, so that should work.
I, Far-Tooth Justina, will be your opponent.
Uh-huh. Who said the movie star couldn't be a real kung fu master?
And goodbye.
One-on-one? There's no need to talk in battle.
And it's gone.
Uh-huh.
You can really tell that some of these maps were not made for certain things. By any means necessary.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Here we go. Who said the movie star couldn't be a real kung fu master?
Ready to go. Target spotted.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I can
unfortunate.
lock onto you.
Here we go. This is straight out of one of my movies.
There's no need to talk in battle.
Here we go. Hi-ya!
Ready to go. Stay clear of the blast. Ready to go.
お前の死を移す。簡単だ。
And that was much easier. Much, much easier.
お前の死を移す。
I fended them off just as you instructed. I'm being too solemn? Really?
Go ahead and update that. Sometimes I grab OBS, forgetting that it is not the browser window. The Ash, Project Red. Needed feeder because I wouldn't have been able to cancel anything. And then I would have needed more snipers anyway. And part 2 takes care helps take care of the right side, and the warfare. Not looking forward to EX8.
ルート OK。
That one's gonna be a doozy.
出発。 曹のうなり声が聞こえる？
Let's go!
Excuse me.
I hope we can win this match fair and square.
All right. もしどこかが急に発火したら
Here we go. This is straight out of one of my movies.
もう逃げ場ない。もっと早く。
Let's put an end to this. You can't beat me. Accept your defeat.
Here we go. Hi-ya!
I'm all stocked up. Watch for the blast!
The winds are stirring. I can tell.
Here we go. Who said the movie star couldn't be a real kung fu master?
早く。
One-on-one? Let's put an end to this. You can't beat me. Accept your defeat.
Here we go. Who said the movie star couldn't be a real kung fu master?
Target spotted. I'm all stocked up.
Alright, 2 for 1.
Ready to go. Stay clear of the blast.
Mission accomplished.
感染者の権利は感染者自身の手で取り戻す。
Okay, last map. And then I'll just throw in a challenge mode because I need the... It's... Well, I'll do that off stream because I have no sanity left. As the Emperor's Shadow. 1,000 years have passed since the people of Ursus threw over the hypocrite, and the Empire's glory now sweeps across the highest edifices and mountains. It is Ursus's deepest desire to cast the vast shadow of the Emperor's will across the land. Alright, so... We need some winners. Elsit, you are thematically appropriate to be in charge here.
みんなの行動に気を配っておく。
Also, I love you. I know the feeling's not mutual, but I'm okay with it.
カイちゃんは一緒じゃないの？
Okay, so I need someone to take down the drone. Need someone to take down the drone, somebody to guard here. Flametail might be able to take down the entire front row right here. Somebody to guard this lane, somebody to guard this lane. Broca can do this. Somebody's got to do this. Firewatch is very, very good here. She presses the slay button and everything dies.
編成完了。
Also, I'm gonna give you some... Firewatch, you deserve it.
もっと力が必要だ。
You've been at level 10 way too
編成
long.
完了。
Broka, my man, I need you to, do what you do best. Somebody needs to take down the drone.
Oh, won't you want me leading, Doctor?
Okay, so... Monster can probably handle the left side. Somebody needs to be on the right side. Block. To block Pursuer.
お前の采配に対しては私にも意見する権利がある。
Monster can take care of the left. Broka can take care of the right. Yara can take care of the drone. Firewatch can do what Firewatch does and make the boom. Zarya blocks. Is that enough? Probably not. But we're gonna try anyway. I do not have Silverash, and Silverash would have solved many of my problems.
私を目で追えるかしら。
モンスター、私に続ける。
何か指示はもっと早く動けるわ。
外中だ。
Oh yeah, I forgot to come down here too.
指揮する。もっと早く動けるわ。
Well, if Monster was there... I could have done that. But that didn't happen. Okay, let's try again.
直ちに撤退する。
As a reminder, I have a channel points incentive where if you would like me to bring an operator into the map, you can spend points for that. You want to see somebody go wild.
全員規律はしっかり守って。
何か指示は尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。
外中だ。
指定の座標に到着。
何か指示はありますか？
That wasn't good enough there.
指示はありますか？尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。
あれが敵か。
諦めるな。
何か指示は見えなくなっちゃった？
Don't you fret. No matter the environment, I can see them just fine.
目標地点到着。
Firewatch wasn't set up nearly early enough. I mentioned this in the first stage, the first version of this, but the hard part of this is not Pursuer because I can just do this all
こ
day.
の程度で困る
The hard part of the map is everything else.
すぐに終わる。
見えなくなっちゃった
Everything else. Okay, this is gonna be difficult.
Doctor, fear not. I'm here.
If I recall correctly, Thorns can actually handle the entire left side by himself. I might try that. Yep. Needs some kind of flavor, though.
私が戦場偵察に行こうか。
行くぞ。
新たな挑戦ね。開始についた。何か指示は尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。私に任せ。よーいドン。
全員の行動力を奪う。
尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。指定の座標に到着。何か指示は見えなくなっちゃった。目標地点に到着。
害虫が諦める。
Oh man, she's not ready.
さっさと終わらせるぞ。わかった。目を凝らせ。これこそがイベリアのデストレッツァ。
この程度で止まると思うの。すぐに終わる。
Yikes. Ugh.
チームの消耗を考慮すれば即時撤退以外に選択の余地はない。
I want to try and using thorns as soon as possible. No, not that. Thankfully, my Broca is not, it's not strong enough to take down both of those guys immediately. Okay, how do I want to do this?
諦めるな。
ターゲットが視界から消えちゃうのは嫌よね。
これより殺敵を行う。
目を凝らせ。これこそがイベリアのデストレッツァ。
すぐに終わる。最適な役目を果たす。この程度で止まると思うの？
命令を動き回るな。そうすればお互い手間が省けるだろう。
強化しろ。
1 pixel of HP. I think I'm just level bound for some of these.
努力したんなら今さら慌ててもしょうがない。アオスタだってミスをすることもある。
A little BS. If it was like 1 level higher. Doesn't matter. Alright, this team I might just have to play legit, because this is a hard map. So.
皆の行動に気を配っておく。
Okay. Got Calcit, got Flametail, and... Yep, we got Grani.
カイちゃんは一緒じゃないの？
That's good for right now. So, next up... Oh.
私が戦場偵察に行こうか？ There's a mission? I wanna go!
I don't remember if I've grabbed Myrtle yet, so I'm gonna have to double check the chart. Do you not like the Grani skin? I like Grani a lot. She's a very handsome woman. But she has absolutely no taste in clothing. Like, there's some nice parts of it, like the tie and everything, but it is very, noisy. And I'm not particularly fond of it. I mean, some people might like it, but I just think it's too noisy, personally. But she is a very handsome woman. Yeah, the thylus chaps are very nice. You know, I haven't used Matamori yet, so why not? And... Okay. Let me check my chart. I think this is all good for the most part. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Again, not the thing I'm meant to grab. Adriana can hit very, very, very hard. So, we'll make this a semi-air clear. I haven't used Gladia, have I? Stycia would probably also work. But I think those strikers actually have a pretty good resistance. I think it's 50. Gladia. There you are. And Myrtle. Okay, now that I have Myrtle, I have no problems with DP. None. Absolutely none. If you say I have an issue with DP, I will call you a liar. One hit? I guess he got hit by the shot first. I should have... I should have used thorns earlier. Something that's not easy to use. I have already used her, though. He was the WD7 clear. It was her, Midnight, Tonka, and Breeze.
ぞ続けてご命令の通りこの切っ先はあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりませんよ。はあ、こんにちは。そしてさよなら。すぐに終わる。
命令をお前の
Almost did it again.
見えなくなっちゃった。
強化しろ。
戦場の匂いがするぜ。何か指示はありますか？
諦める
いつまで待てばいいんだ？ I'm here to help. Whew, hope you don't around me, guys.
この程度で止まると思うの？
何か指示はありますか？何か指示は尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。
These guys are so tanky. So tanky.
準備はできてる。
配置についた。奴らを震え上がらせてやろうぜ。ほい。私に任せて。戦うからには白黒つけさせてもらうよ。
Alright, now we
準備はできてる。
do everything else.
ご命令の通り。
And I need to do it quickly before I have to deal with collapsing fear, because Saria actually hits hard enough to do damage. And I don't think that's gonna happen, actually.
状況は
Yeah, I think he is just gonna collapse in despair.
最適な布陣を考えてくれ。まだ敵には気づかれてないみたい。獲物はどれです？
Yep, there it is.
どうぞ続き。逃げる前に私の許可は取ったのかしら。ねえ、獲物さん。こいつ服のセンスが悪く
Yeah, this is why most people use Cardigan, because Saria actually hits too hard to stall.
配置についた。我が輩はぶっ倒す。ほっ。I'm here to help. 私を目で追えるかしら？
最適な役目を果たせ。害虫だ。すぐに終わる。
Yep. Why we do not use Saria. Alright. Might be a very good unit, but sometimes very good is too good. Because we need him to be standing there until we're done with him. But other than that, this wasn't terrible. Now, part of my problem is I don't really have a plan for Phase 2 at the moment. Because I can do some damage, but then I have to deal with the collapsing fear, and then all my damage goes away. Ideally, what I want is... I want Thorns to do, like, 25% of it. Monster to do 25%. And then I don't know what. Map is just hard. If I had Neural, I'd have some more options. I could pull out Suitor, but that's Suitor, so not the I gotta cover like 4 lanes to start off with. Part of the issue. What to do, what to do. I could try the Ambrell strategy, but I don't know. I fear I might be overcomplicating it some. That's the main issue, is the range dilemma. Alright, I'm just gonna solve this in the best way that I know how.
Moment time.
Stop caring about it. You know, I have a resource. I should probably use it. Back skills everywhere. Yeah. This is part of the problem. Is I've used up quite a few of my resources already. Gonna use Sword too. Well, I'm out of spaces now. Sword would also be a good idea. I could find somebody to replace. Well, I probably don't need Matamaru anymore since. Alright, let me update the chart. It's again not the thing I'm trying to grab. If this is overkill and I can simplify it some, I'll try to, but at the moment I am going for murder. Because My problem at the moment is phase 2, and I've used up, you know, lots of options. Meteorite's an option, but Meteorite can't do everything. Firewatch is an option, at the very least. Gardonia has to be on here, right? Actually, I don't know if Guard Ami is on here. I don't think she is, since this is a tier chart. It might just have regular Amia. They have both knurls, though, right? Yeah, they have both knurls. Why wouldn't they have both Amias? Or did I use her? I don't think I did. I'm seeing. No, I didn't use her in the first stage. I haven't used her at all. Well, we'll just put, since Amiya is the same person, and she just has the class conversion instead of an alt, we will just count her as the same character. What am I missing? Warfarin. Amiya gets to bring her two moms, her big sister. Well, we'll make a trip of it. Alright. Momontai. I'm still gonna have a case of Saria does too much damage. But we'll figure it out. Gonna hold off on putting Saria down just to prevent her from building up her attack for now. Pretty late on that Thorns activation.
すぐに終わる。
命令を。分かった。お前の攻撃は想定の通り。
I almost didn't make it. Almost didn't make it.
あなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりません。
ようこそ。
最適な不足の果たせ。
I'm sure Gladia's fine.
Take them out.
この程度で止まると思う。
I'm sure Sari is fine.
諦めるな。
何か指示は尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。
状況を
強化しろ。
数が多いな。無茶。準備はできてる。
Alright, we're good.
って不思議な感じね。
この程度で止まると思う。
Okay, so
すぐに解決いたしますよ。
Claudia, do that for me.
ご命令の通り気をつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みますね。
治療開始。
最適な不時。
Let's pull Monster back. I want this to go off simultaneously, so...
My sword is cloaked in Sea Child's shadow.
And it's Saria. Okay, that's, most unfortunate.
どうぞ続けて。
Definitely not my top 5 things to happen.
どうぞ続きをつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みますね。
Well, I can, I guess I'm just gonna buy some collapsing fear time.
最適な布陣。
Yep.
配置についた。
So I get 20 seconds before he does that. But that's enough time to rotate throughout everything. This is not going to be autosave at all.
どうぞ続け。逃げる前に私の許可は取ったのかしら。ねえ、獲物さん。
This is not going to be autosave in the least. This is gonna end up like EX. And I'm gonna need to do this
害虫だ。
again. And collapsing fear.
私を目で追えるかしら。 Good scenery here, Doctor.
ご命令の通り。ご命令の通り。 ご命令の通り。おもちゃで遊ぶのもここまで。
こ
Thora is not having a good time.
まだ敵には気づかれてないみたい。言ってみろ。準備はできてる。医療機器の輸血準備。逆転。This sword, with what do I answer your failure of justice?
Okay, that did not work. That did not work in the least. Well, Thorns might finish him off, at least. Yeah, that worked. Okay, now what? Okay. Fortunately, there is something special that happens with the Black Fog. When Pursuer is no longer on the field, the enemy is also debuffed when standing in it. Because the fog is the remnants of like demonic shards and stuff. It's bad juju.
This is Chen.
獲物はどれです？強化しろ。どうぞ続き気をつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みます。
Well, I wasn't able to style as hard as I wanted because my team is not very good. But I still won. That counts, right?
どうぞ続きをつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みます。すぐに終わる。
医療機器の設置は済んでいる。
Take them out fast. Ready to move.
この程度で止まると思うの。状況は僕の果てさ。
Where did you find the courage to challenge me?
Wondering if it would have just been easier to suture him. Yeah, this works out. Okay, this team lacks style, but I don't know what to say. It is 9:20 and I have work tomorrow. This is what you get.
獲物はどれです？モンスター、私。
ターゲットが視界から消えちゃうのは嫌よね。始まるよー。ラボ。
分かった。無駄だ。
ここは視界良好だね。
尻尾が流星のスルーラーみたい。
ご命令の通り。
ん？
準備はできてる。こんにちは。そしてさよなら。
尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。
Well, I lost Sora. That's mildly problematic. I lost everyone. That is extremely problematic.
ごめんなさい。みんなの力になれなかった。医薬品の積み込みは完了した。それでは出発する。走ろう。ターゲットが視界から消えちゃうのは嫌よね。I'm here to help。
獲物はどれですね。
I have to get serious now。
全員の行動力を奪う。それでいい。
モンスター、私に続け。
始まるよー。見えなくなっちゃった。I have to get serious now。
分かった。お前の攻撃は想定の通りだ。
指揮する。見えなくなっちゃった。almost done。
前に進むぞ。
まだ敵には気づかれてないみたい。どうぞ続け。おもちゃで遊ぶのもここまで。
何か指示はありますか？ターゲットが視界から消えちゃうのは嫌よね。
こんにちは。そしてさよなら。
命令を目を凝らせ。これこそがイベリアのデストレッツァ。
この程度で止まると思うの。
ご命令の通り。ご命令のおもちゃで遊ぶのもここまで。
すぐに終わる。
最適な国の硬さ。
すぐに終わる。
分かった。
Okay, Thorns, you just stay there. Daria, you're doing fine. I promise.
何か指示はあります。もっと早く動けるわ。配置についた。
最適なコース。
Alright, next up.
ようこそ。
私なら初逆転。
こんにちは。そしてさよなら。ご命令のこの切っ先にあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりません。音楽が聴きたいな。
指揮する人がいるって不思議な感じね。
Take them out fast.
My sword is cloaked in Sea Child's shadow.
どうぞ逃げる前に私の許可は取ったのかしら。
Well, that's bad. Not what I expected, but since that's exactly what happened last time.
治療開始。私の出番かな。配置についた。
And we're just gonna grease him until he gives up.
ご命令のこの切っ先はあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりませんわ。
私を目で追えるかしら。指揮する人がいるって不思議な感じね。何か指示はありますか。Good scenery here, Doctor.
ご命令の通り。
前に進むぞ。すぐに終わる。
ご命令のとこの切っ先はあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりませんわ。最適な工夫した。
私の出番かな。発逆転。今行くぞ。
Ready to move. Jump!
Drop your weapon.
That worked out. Now,
ご命令の通り。
now we have to deal with the bad part. Which is, none of these black fogs dropped on Orpharin. Well, they dropped on Morpharin, but because I moved Morpharin, she's no longer in the special place where I would like her to be. And Saria is not ready. And Thorns is currently being assaulted, so this is not ideal. This is beyond not ideal.
Scenery here, Doctor. 新たな挑戦ね。私に任せて。ほい。地上でしか戦えないなんて思ったら大間違いだよ。指揮する人がいるって。
分かった。
Ready to move.
最適な工夫。
This is Chen.
害虫だ。
命令を。
この程度で止まると思うの。
Yep. They were not in the fog. I kind of needed them to be in the fog.
みんな先に行って。
Which means I really should have not moved Warfarin. Never change your strategy when it works. Never do that. It never works. Ever, ever, ever.
全員規律はしっかり守って。
私を目で追えるかしら。
But at least I one-shot him this time.
配置についた。見えなくなっちゃった。
だ。
準備はできてる。こんにちは。そしてもっと早く動けるわ。
And there we go.
強化しろ。
どうぞ続きをつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みますね。
この程度で止まると思うの？
状況よ。よく目を離せ。はあ、こんにちは。そしてさよなら。
強化しろ。
配置についた。応援してるよ。もっと早く動けるわ。
諦めるな。
状況はすぐに解決いたします。ご命令のとおもちゃで遊ぶのもここね。
Good scenery here, Doctor. 指揮するターゲットが視界から消えちゃうのは嫌よね。
Damn, this man does not want to die. Okay, so this time I will not be losing my buck.
治療開始。
Take them out fast.
Madam Chen's swordsmanship flows within this weapon.
どうぞ続こうの切っ先に。あなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりません。
すぐに終わる。
I did not kill him ahead of time. And that's very bad. Saria, why are you so strong?
どうぞ続けて。おもちゃで遊ぶのもここまで。
Jesus. And collapsing fear.
この切っ先はあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりませんね。
私を目で追えるかしら。 I'm here to help.
どうぞ続き気をつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みますね。
Tap.
ここは視界良好だね。
I don't want to use Saria because I need her to not explode.
私なら大丈夫。応援してるよ。今行くぞ。With what do I answer your failure of justice?
This is Chen.
害虫だ。
Alright, Warfaren kind of ate it there, but we're all good.
私を目で追えるかしら。走ろう。
状況はどうした？
Alright, we're good.
何か指示はありますか？尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。
強化しろ。すぐに終わる。
負傷した者はすぐに知らせるんだ。医療機器の設置は
すぐに終わる。
状況はダメ。 Moving out.
すぐに終わる。
Almost there.
私の出番かも。開いて。何か指示はありますか？
諦めるな。
すぐに解決いたしますわ。
輸血準備。
Alright, that was a waste of a buff.
ご命令逃げる前に私の許可は取ったのかしら。ねえ、獲物。
Oh, and that is the end of the repeat operators.
だけどドクター、今回私たちは己の運命と未来のために戦ったわ。
I didn't like using all that many at the end, but I guess that's the benefit of saving towards the end. All in all, the last one was a pretty standard affair, all things considered, for that stage. But considering I kind of used up all my summoners, I used Silver Ash, which took away a lot of my just sweeping away the trash filter. No more Fartooth, no more Knurl. And the, maybe I could have made it work with, like, 2 Suitor Cycles or something? Who knows? The point is, it was cool. That's the thing. Let's, check out the chart. So WD1. Oh, it's a good thing that I didn't use Jessica because I did use her in the tutorial. For that one stage. So we got Yato, Norcorn, 12F, and Mr. Nothing, who I use quite often for the first stage. Jessica, Ansel, and Melantha took care of the tutorial. Oshiguma, Cruz, Hung for WD2. Galen, Bison, Silence, Archetto, then Beeswax, Greythroat, Mountain, Flamebringer. 5, Waifu, Bubble, Salem, Gitano, and Poplar. Vector, Dranar, Nightingale, Phantom, raised a chunk of Midnight. Tamimi and Utage needed Utage because the skill cycles didn't line up with Midnight or Tamimi. Maybe if I had a single target healer, I could have survived, but that's what happened. WD8 took me half as many ops as EX8, since there's a lot more trash mobs, and I had Cardigan, which made things much easier to stall out. So Heavy Rain, Neural the Radiant, Cardigan, Warrior, Selena, and Scotty. EX1, Savage, Shining, Alsta, and Rope. EX2, Scavenger, Cora, Angelina, and Tequila take up damage, and Collapses. EX3, Double Summoners, did great job there. EX4, Yobi, Myrrh, Fiametta, Zima, Robin. Fiametta did like 95% of the work. EX5, Magellan, Silverash, Indra, Gravel, and Cliffheart. EX6, Manicore, Ethan, Platinum, Podenko, Elysium, Kafka, and Lazy. EX7, Ash, Tuya, Blaze, Project Red, Gator, and Fartooth to clean things up. And then these 12 were the next. Saria, Flametail, Grani, Andriana, Thorns, Gladia, Calcit, I love you, Calcit, Myrtle, Sora, Chin, Amiya, and Warfarin. That is everything. It's so funny how it starts to get really top heavy towards the end here. But it all depends on the operators you bring, of course. If I had brought Silverash, I could have like swept away a lot of this trash. Like Silverash could have taken care of the entire right lane or the entire left lane or the entire top lane all by himself. So it's just those kinds of things you have to balance out when you pick your poisons. But I was pretty happy with some of these. I really like WD7's clear. It was pretty simple, but it's always fun watching Tomimi smack people for 2100. Alright. I will go ahead and end stream. I'll find somebody to raid, unless somebody has somebody I can raid. And thank you everybody for stopping by. I had tons of fun, and now I'm probably going to go get ice cream. Let's see. There's some people doing hard mode. Ron Tots is streaming, but I always raid him. I want to do somebody new. Somebody who's doing hard mode runs with the leader squad. Second ending day 4, so I guess they've been at it for a little bit. I'll send y'all that way. Yes, this is a cute ending screen. I commissioned this art from somebody on Twitter who does a lot of Exocide and Mustama art. And they had a pretty good raid. I really enjoyed Meteor's op record with Mina. them being roommates and like taking care of a kid and just just being good with each other. So I had to get the earworm out of my head, and that's the result. Turned out very well. Okay, so what's this person's name? It is Gaster 1. Kinda seems like disaster. Alright. I hope everyone stops by again. Chapter 10 should be like within a week or something, and I will go absolutely hard on that. And like chapter 9, I will be reading it for story content because otherwise I'm just not going to get around to reading it. Well, thanks for stopping by, Day Gamers. I hope you come again. Bye-bye. You have a good night too.